I'm C. Shannon here. Now listen, when I look at the New York Giants off-season, one word comes to mind: drama. Not the Netflix kind. No sir, I'm talking straight-up season finale, walk-off type drama. Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. Ain't just retooling a team. They trying to pull a Houdini act, reviving the corpse of a quarterback who some folks thought was done after Denver. Yep, I'm talking about Mr. Let's Ride himself, Russell Wilson. And let me tell you, this move right here, it might just be the riskiest thing the G-Men could have done in 2025. You remember how last season ended, right? Daniel Jones was out here tricking folks out their job, playing like he had money on the other team. The Giants finally said enough is enough, cut him loose, and rode out the season with Drew Lock. Ain't nobody in New York lighting candles to bring Drew Lock back. So you knew they had to do something. And Joe Schoen, he ain't sit on his hand. First, he brings in Jameis Winston, a guy who throws picks like a Santa Claus giving out Christmas gifts. But it didn't stop there. Next thing you know, Russell Wilson's name pops up. 10-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, but also the same dude who spent 2 years in Denver looking like a man who forgot how to play football. Now let's be honest. Russ looked better in Pittsburgh, sure. But that ain't saying much. He was playing conservative ball, dumping it off, avoiding mistakes. Not the vintage Russ we knew in Seattle. And now, he's 36 years old, heading into a meat grinder known as the New York media. One bad game, and the tabloids gonna be eating him alive, like sharks at a buffet. Wilson's 2022 season was statistically his worst. Fewer touchdowns than he ever had. 2 straight seasons with career-low yardage. And let's not forget, this man's been taking sacks like he owes the D-line money. 48 sacks allowed by the Giants last year. That's a death sentence for a QB who needs time to cook. Brian Daboll is betting the house that he can fix what Denver broke. This man turned Josh Allen into a monster, so I get it. If anybody can rebuild a quarterback, it's Daboll, but Russ ain't 26 no more. He's 36, and the margin for error is razor thin. You gotta ask yourself, what version of Russell Wilson are we getting? The magician from 2014 who could escape the pocket and drop dimes 50 yards downfield? Or the guy who couldn't beat out Kenny Pickett until week 10 last season? And here's where it gets even trickier. 1 month after bringing in Russ, the Giants trade up and draft Jackson Dart. Now, I watched that young man at Ole Miss, and he got some juice. He got that whip arm, mobility, and confidence you want in a franchise guy. Word is, he's already turning heads at OTAS. So what does that mean for Russ? It means every interception, every sack, every stalled drive, it's going to be magnified. New York crowd is brutal. They'll be chanting Dart's name by week 3 if Russ ain't ballin'. That ain't pressure, that's terror. You think the Denver fans were hard on Russ? Try messing up in New York. This city'll turn on you before you finish the post-game presser. And the headlines? Danger Russ implodes. Giants toasted by Wilson's woes. The New York media don't play favorites. They only care about one thing: win. And if Russ ain't delivering by October, Daboll and Schoen gonna have a full-on quarterback controversy on their hands. Let me pull the curtain back a little bit. When you sign a big-name vet, especially one with a Super Bowl ring, the locker room takes notice. But if that guy starts slipping, that same locker room starts whispering. That tension is real. If Russ starts getting outplayed in practice or games, those whispers turn into straight-up conversations in the film room. Players got eyes. They know who can lead and who's what. If Dart starts showing command and confidence, it won't be long before even Saquon Barkley starts looking sideways at Russ. You know what Russ don't need right now? A weak offensive line? But guess what? That's exactly what the Giants got. Gave up 48 sacks last season. That's like throwing your quarterback into a pit of lions and wishing him good luck. Unless Shun and Dayball work some off-season miracle we ain't seen yet, Russ is going to be under siege. And a 36-year-old quarterback with declining mobility can't take those hits week in and week out. Let's be fair, there's a world where this works out. Dayball revives Russ. The line holds up, and he leads the Giants to a wild card berth. The city rallies behind him. Dart learns from the bench. And suddenly the Giants look like the smartest team in the league. But that's the dream. The more likely outcome, Russ starts slow, takes some hits, throws a couple bad picks. New York turns up the heat. Dayball starts looking at Dart like a life raft. And by week 8, we got a rookie takeover. That's not to say Russ is done. But in this league, perception becomes reality real quick. And if Wilson stumbles in New York, that might be the last chapter of what was once a Hall of Fame trajectory. Russell Wilson's mental toughness has been praised throughout his career. But the New York spotlight is a different beast altogether. The constant media scrutiny, combined with fans' high expectations, could take a toll on his confidence and performance. Unlike Seattle, or even Pittsburgh, New York's pressure cooker environment could magnify every mistake and slow down his ability to lead the team effectively. Adding a high-profile veteran quarterback can be a double-edged sword for team dynamic. Wilson's leadership style and past experience might inspire the Giants' locker room, but it could also overshadow younger players like Jackson Dart or the wide receivers developing chemistry with the new system. Balancing veteran presence with rookie development will be crucial for the coaching staff. Signing Wilson wasn't just a football decision, it was a major financial commitment. The Giants allocated significant salary cap space to a player who might not represent a long-term solution. This move limits flexibility in addressing other roster needs, especially on the offensive line and defense, which remain areas of concern for sustained success. If Wilson can find his groove in New York, this could be a defining chapter in his career, transforming from a quarterback who faded after Seattle to a resilient veteran who adapted and thrived in a tough market. It would enhance his legacy and demonstrate the value of experience and leadership, especially under the tutelage of a coach like Brian Daboll. Look, I ain't mad at the Giants for taking the swing. They were desperate. The QB market was dry. James ain't the answer. Drew Lock was a temp, and Dart needs time. Russ gives him a real shot, at a steady hand under center. But don't get it twisted. This move is as risky as they come. It's either redemption or ruination. And in the city that never sleeps, Russell Wilson better be ready to ride or get rode out of town. Shannon Sharp.
Mình sẽ gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình sẽ gấp lên đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Mình gấp vào đây nha. Mình sẽ gấp vào đây. Phần này mình gấp vào đây. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình cũng gấp vào đây nha. Phần này mình gấp vào đây. Mình đã được như này nhá. Mình được như này rồi nha.